The first time I came to Mallorca was in the summer of 1965, when I stayed in the Hotel Delfin Playa at the resort of Palma Nova. I was so excited to be coming abroad for the first time. You'll find the people of Mallorca very welcoming. They're friendly, and certainly when I go and stroll around the streets and take photographs of people and visit the festivals, they are very welcoming. I have some wonderful friends here now in Mallorca, having been here for so many years, and I wouldn't miss my week in Mallorca.
So what I'd like to share with you are some special places that I go to in Mallorca. Some places where few travelers go, and some places like Sant Elm, which has become very popular over the past few years. So I'd like you to share some of these places with me over the next few minutes, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.
Palma itself, with its imposing Gothic cathedral, has many peaceful gardens, attractive tree-lined fountains, and wide pedestrian walkways lined with overhanging trees, shops and bustling cafes. Sant Elm, with its large sandy beach, is an idyllic spot. The small village overlooks Dragon Island, but there are many quaint buildings, attractive windows and doorways, and many quiet spots where you can just talk or gaze at the sea. Mallorca is blessed with many secluded rocks and coves, but Soller in the north is a real joy. Old wooden trams rumble through the streets, making their way to the port of Soller, which is about 20 minutes away. Narrow streets are littered with shops and inviting bars, and one can always see young and old enjoying the late summer sunshine. Valdemossa lies in the shadow of the Tramontana Mountains, and each July the town comes alive to celebrate Mallorca's only saint, Saint Catalina Thomas, who was born in Valdemossa. Garlands adorn the streets, and young and old dress up in traditional costume. The streets are full of local villagers and people from the surrounding villages who come to listen to concerts and see the parade of donkey carts festooned with leaves which wind their way through the narrow streets. The final image shows a young girl gazing backwards at me whilst I took the photograph. And beneath her is the image of Santa Catalina looking on whilst I take the photograph. And I thought I'd give you just some of my tips for taking some good street images. Tip number one, if it's possible to learn some of the local language, just please may I take a photograph, whether it's in Spanish, French, German or Portuguese or whatever language you want to speak. This will go a long, long way. Also, show the people what you've done. So when you've taken a photograph, show them. And if it's not quite right, or if you're not happy with it, ask them again, can you take another photograph? Check the background, make sure you've got everything the way you want it, and then take another one. And that one will be much better than the first one. Normally, I shoot in threes. So I take 3 photographs of each image, and sometimes moving slightly after each image has been taken, just to get a slightly different angle. Don't be afraid of asking people, can you take a photograph? And expect the odd one to say no. If this happens, just say, thank you very much, and move on. So they have every right to say no. The next tip I've got for you is, if you're photographing a festival as I was, get there early to see what's happening. Have a look where the sun is in the sky and just see that you get the best lighting conditions. Let the people know you're there. So walk around, smile at people, talk to people, And then when you come to take their photograph, they'll have seen you before. Ask them nicely and have some fun with the kids and the locals whilst you're there. Generally, spread your shadow of happiness around everybody you meet, and your photographs will just be wonderful. And finally, just remember that you're not taking this to please everybody at the camera club. You're not taking these images to win every competition that you enter. You're taking these images just to record the scene, the festival, the people, the color, the place as you saw it. And that should be good enough. Let's hope some of the images, other people like them. But if not, it doesn't matter. Just move on. All the best. And I'm sure you'll enjoy strolling around the streets of Mallorca.